What is up, everyone, and welcome to the Random Encounter Podcast, episode 140, dubbed Bonanza Extravaganza. Bryant came up with that title. Yeah, Bryant came up with that title, so I had to use it. Anyways, I'm your host, James, and I am joined by Mr. Bryant himself. Sorry, I just noticed my camera is like, it's too high. I believe. Yep. And of course, we got the fanboy himself, Phaneckswhy. Sorry, my camera's like too high. I just noticed that. I don't know why it's so high up. I'll fix that in a bit. But anyways, we do got quite a bit to talk about today. Mainly, we're gonna be talking about Donkey Kong and all things Donkey Kong today to celebrate the launch of Donkey Kong Bonanza. But before we get into that, as always, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Follow over on Twitch. Follow over on the podcast venues as well, because we do upload these podcasts to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and such. There is one thing, this big news that I do have to mention. I don't think this is small news. This is like urgent news, and it is that I have used my PS5 for 4 days in a row, which is crazy. That is crazy. Like 4 days in a row. Oh man. But no, the joke for that is because I haven't touched my PS5 in almost a year since Astrobot came out, and it's just been collecting dust. When my camera's at the right position, you can kind of see like I have stuff on this side over here, and it's because I was using my PS5 box as a table, which is funny. But yeah, so I've finally used my PS5. I was playing some Astrobot, and I forgot how good that game is and how beautiful that game is. Like, it is just really, really gorgeous. I was using Chiaki for Deck on Steam Deck to stream it as well. It worked flawless. Like, it stood consistent. I had like no frame drops. The way my Wi-Fi is set up in my new house, it just works, right? Like, I don't have any issues. And then I started playing Final Fantasy 16 again, and I was getting into it, and I'm like, man, like, it looks better streaming it from my PS5 than it does playing it on the ROG Ally X, because there's a lot of like, it's pretty demanding, and there's hiccups there. Even trying to use like frame gen to get it at 60, it won't get at 60. You really have to play like at 30 or maybe 45 max. So I was just like, you know what? I'll just stream it, and call it a day there. Appreciate you guys for Chris. Thank you for the subscription there. Thank you for the likes as well for the video. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out that yes, I've played the PS5 again, and yeah, I'm enjoying it. I almost bought Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D again because it's on sale on PS5. I was like, nah, let me pump the brakes a little bit. Let me make sure this is not a honeymoon phase again. But yeah, I guess since I started that, let's just finish talking about what we've been playing. Let's start with you, Brian, outside of Donkey Kong, of course. A little bit. Yeah. Hmm. Oh. Oh, no, it looks like again, it looks like they changed the audio again. Oh my goodness. Hold on. I apologize for that. Um, why is it not here? Give me 1 second. Me? Yeah, no, I'm seeing it on OBS too. It's not capturing your guys' voice. It's capturing my voice, but not your guys' voice. Try now.
Hello? Can you hear me? Hello.
There you go. Okay. Okay, I think
Okay,
we
I can hear you.
are good.
You're on the stream.
Okay, we're good?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So anyways, since I didn't get to do my little spiel, at least it wasn't caught on YouTube. My name's Bryant. I'm coming to you live from the Ingot Isle, which is a reference to Donkey Kong Bananza, which is a game that we're going to be discussing later. But anyways, in regards to what I'm playing now, I'm playing Death Stranding 2 on the beach. I might have mentioned it last week after I got my platinum in Clair Obscur Expedition 33 that I wanted to begin my playthrough of Death Stranding 2 in earnest because I'd been looking forward to it for so long. And before I heard about Clair Obscur Expedition 33, I honestly thought that there was no way that any game was going to dethrone it as my game of the year. Then I played Clair Obscur Expedition 33, and that so far is solid. That is a solid lock-in so far, even after playing Death Stranding 2. So I started playing Death Stranding 2 for real on Saturday. Played it pretty much all day, and it just really scratches this thing in me, this completionist thing, this like OCD thing, this thing of wanting to see the efforts that I make build on things, and then it just keeps like building and building and building and building upon itself, and it's really hard to put down for me because like I'll just give an example. So you have to deliver, and then James, you know this because you're playing the original. You have to deliver to certain places. Like you can pick up cargo on the road, or you can take orders and deliver stuff to places. When you do this, it raises your star rating. When you raise your star rating, it makes it so you can create more stuff in the areas that the drop-off locations are, and it also gives you access to new weapons and stuff, and gadgets and whatnot. And then also on top of that, you get access to more materials like metal, ceramic, chemicals, special alloys. There's like 6 or 7 of them, I think, or 8 of them, and those can be used to build things: bridges, zip lines, vehicles, carriers, weapons, all kinds of stuff. And then there's also roads, which is a major thing because for the most part the game is all off-road. In the first Death Stranding, the first area has no road. It's just straight up off-road. And then you go to the second area, and the game presents you with this ability to rebuild the road all around the map. And having that road and being able to quickly get to destinations using the road, which gives you also unlimited power, so you don't have to worry about your battery charging on your vehicle. It is just insanely addicting because you put the ingredients into the road maker, it creates the road, and then it's like, okay, well, I want to keep going. I want to keep building this road. And it's like, okay, well, now it's time to go make some more deliveries, and you go make the deliveries, you get more materials. It's like, okay, well, now I see this delivery over here. I'm going to take it to this guy over here to raise my star rating over here to get more materials for this road, so then I can build this vehicle to go over here. Like it makes my mind like into fireworks. Like I constantly want to build things and do things and deliver things, and you get the star rating, and then on top of that, and that's not even mentioning the crazy amazing story too, because that's half of what makes it so special. Is the story is just so insane in the best way possible. Like in Death Stranding 2, I mean, I'm loving it, the story so far, but when they introduced Doll Man with his whole Spider-Man across the universe animation thing, like where he moves it like, I don't know, it's like 25 frames per second, and it looks like a stop motion kind of thing. Like when that got introduced, I was like, okay, you sold me. This game is amazing. Like, and that character is actually really cool. Like he joins Sam on the road, and he kind of reminds me of what's his name from God of War, Firmir? What's his name?
the head.
The head, yeah.
Amir, I think it is. Isn't
Something
it?
like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Or
It's
yeah.
Mir.
So he reminds. What'd you say?
Mir? It's just Mir.
Mir.
Okay.
It's just Mir.
Okay.
Okay. He reminds me of him. Like he comments on stuff that you're doing and gives you advice, and talks about the Death Stranding, and you should really be careful doing this and going over here. And I really appreciate that because I like the solo aspect of Death Stranding 1, but we played that already. Like if you want to go back and be super 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 solitary, Death Stranding 1 exists, and I think that kind of adding I would say he probably talks less than the dude from God of War. He's not that talkative, but when he does talk, like he's like actually a really funny and charming character. Like I like his character a lot. But then you have like a character called Tarman, and then it goes like with Dead Man and
Doll Man.
What's the other guy's name?
Like
What'd you say?
You mentioned Doll Man. Like
Doll
everything
Man,
has a man in
Heartman,
it.
Tar Man. Yeah, it's like a Mega Man game, and you know how I know how I feel about Mega Man. So yeah, I am crazy for it. I really, really love it. Still playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. I quadruple dipped a little bit today because Xbox had a sale and I got Dragon Quest, Final Fantasy 16,
Which Dragon Quest?
and 3
3
remake.
Okay.
I got it on an Xbox because it was really a good sale on Xbox. Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, and like 2 other things I don't recall right now. But then I saw Green Man Gaming actually has really good pre-order deals right now. At least last I looked yesterday, where it's like 25% off a bunch of stuff, and I was so considering dropping like all this money to grab all these games that are so ridiculously cheap, like Silent Hill F, Everybody's Golf, Hell is Us, Gradius Collection. There's like 3 or 4 games. What Lost Soul Aside was another one that I was really considering picking up, because I think I do want to play that on PC just to max out the graphic settings because it looks amazing. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been playing. I'm trying to think if there's really anything else except for, of course, Donkey Kong Bananza, but we're gonna touch on that a little bit later. So that's what's going on right now with me.
Have you, because you brought up, we're talking about Death Stranding and that's a Kojima game. Have you heard of I forgot what they call it, the snake, the what is it called, a solid snake talk, I think they call it. Like it was weird. Like I saw this thread and people are saying like it's legit. That they dub it the solid snake talk, and it's basically like for people who don't know how to have a conversation, you start talking about something, and like think of the Kodak moments, right? Where they're talking to Snake, and Snake is just like Metal Gear, and then they like and then they start explaining about Metal Gear, and then it'll say something like rockets, and he'll just be like rockets, and then the conversation continues, but he's just saying like
it's like exposition.
Like he's just repeating what they're saying, and then they just keep going into detail. But I don't know that I was listening to another podcast and they were talking about Death Stranding too, and then that led into that conversation. And I was just thinking about that. I was like, yeah, I remember seeing that on a post, and people actually do that, which is kind of weird. Like
it works in Death Stranding because Sam lives in that world, but he doesn't really know that world. Like he's a repatriate. I think that's how you pronounce it, or patriot or whatever.
Yeah.
He knows he's a doom sufferer. He knows he delivers packages, but he doesn't really understand like the why and the how necessarily, or the what necessarily. And so as the player, you're kind of in this unique position where you're playing as Sam and you don't know anything, like really nothing. And Sam is not clueless enough where he doesn't know what he's doing, but he's clueless enough where it makes sense, where all these people that know more than him give him exposition. And so that's why it works really well. I was watching something recently where it worked. It was really good. Exposition. Dexter, that new Dexter show, Dexter Resurrection. There were a couple moments in that where I think it was Dexter Resurrection where they were able to do exposition and it like made sense. Maybe it wasn't Dexter Resurrection, but anyway, there was something I watched. If I think of it, I'll say it. But yeah, you're right. I think that conversation style really works in this game.
All right, Fan, what you been playing?
Not much recently. But I did get into Super Mario Odyssey.
Nice.
Since Bananza was coming out.
Yeah.
So I kind of booted it up and tried it out. I didn't get very far because some of the stages kind of confused me a little bit. But I guess the reason why it confused me because I thought I could like clear everything all in one go, but I guess not. So they make it to where you have to go, revisit those stages later in the game.
Yeah. There's some places that well, no, I think there's only one moon I can really think about that it's weird to get to it. You have to actually go to a different kingdom, and then there's like a portal from that kingdom that takes you back to this kingdom. Actually, there's a few maps or a few worlds that are like that, or kingdoms, whatever you want to call them. They're like
because I know in the first stage there was like an area that you couldn't get to unless you had like the cat suit or something like that.
No, I want to say in the first.
There's something with a cat, because I remember I saw an emblem with the cat.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it was the first stage or maybe the second or third, but
yeah, I don't remember that. And
so far I had fun with it. But now since
in 3D world,
Bananza,
no, Odyssey.
Odyssey.
Is there a cat power up in Odyssey? I'm trying to remember that.
I don't. Not that I remember. No,
I don't think so.
Yeah,
it says something about climbing up the wall.
Yeah, 3D World
I
had
remember.
that. Like they had like cat paws on the wall indicating
I
you
know.
could climb up it
Yeah,
as the
but
cat.
like in one of the like the first stages it says like you can jump up a wall or something. I
That's
don't
in
know.
3D World.
Yeah, I'm
The
pretty
very first
positive those
level
are
of
3D.
3D
No, I'm
World.
pretty sure there's an Odyssey because I turned into a T-Rex in that same stage.
Okay, interesting.
Could have been a cat power where it was able to do the similar powers like cats or something like that. I'm not too sure.
No, I'm trying to think because the only thing I can think of, there's those little jumping things that I think you can go on, and they like you charge it, and then you jump really high.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because there's those things in there. I don't know. There's like a lot of enemies and like powers you can get in
Yeah.
that game that's hard to remember them all. But usually like some of them you can get in stage because there's not really anything you grab from another level and then you can take back with you. Only some of the moons you have to go to another like level, and there's like a portal that takes you to the next to a different level that you've been to, and it's like a whole different
Yeah.
area, but you can only access that by going to another level. Outside of that, yeah, everything else that you see, it's somewhere in the map that you have to find, and
Yeah,
you have
'cause
to
I did the
take them
first
over
one,
there.
and then I did the desert stage, which was a freaking pain in the butt.
The
And
desert
then
one
I'm now
is
in
really
like some
tough.
type of mechanical level stage.
Is it? Try to think. That it's like a forest, but then there's like
Yeah.
like red, like yeah, that one's pretty good. That's probably my favorite kingdom, I think. Well, that in
Yeah,
Bubble
I'm
Lane. Or
I'm
is it
running through that one right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think those two are my favorite kingdoms.
I like that
But-
stage that's like open ocean.
Yeah, Bubble Lane.
That's about okay. Yeah, that
Yeah.
one's cool. I like that.
That's the one I like too. It's pretty cool. Where it has like the little octopus
power up.
dude in the middle. Yeah. Yeah, that one is good, and yeah, you get a lot of good power ups in that game. That one I do like. And the music's great. Like I love that music.
I thought of sorry to segue real quick, but I thought of what I was thinking of.
Mhm.
You know, it's like I was trying to remember in the moment what it was I was watching with great exposition, and if I remembered, it has nothing to do with Dexter at all. It's the new Superman movie. The new Superman.
wow.
Have any of you
Did
guys
you
seen the
watch
new
it already?
Superman movie yet?
No, I haven't.
Yeah. Okay. I went and saw it on Monday, and it was like there's like two people in the theater. It was amazing. Nobody was bothering me. It was fantastic. But they do this really cool thing in the beginning of the movie where Lois interviews Clark as Superman because like she knows who he is or whatever, and it gives like complete carte blanche to be as exposition-y as possible because the movie kind of picks up where like it doesn't go like all the way back to his origin. Like it starts with him as already Superman, and it just does this really great thing where there's a bunch of like really good exposition and it fits the narrative really well. So that was the example I was thinking of.
I do like that. I liked it.
Anyway.
I think James Gunn said, sorry, this is off topic of gaming, of course, but I do like that James Gunn
There's a
said
Superman
that
64.
Huh? Well, no.
There's a Superman 64.
No, I mean there is really bad game. But like how James Gunn said that he's not gonna do origin stories in any of his like the DC movies, which is good because like there's only so many times you can watch.
I've seen it.
Was it Martha and what was Bruce's dad?
everyone-
Kevin, Peter,
something like that. Yeah, only so many times you can watch.
Everyone knows Superman's origin
not
story.
Superman, I
Everyone
mean,
knows Batman's origin story.
I'm sorry,
You
I
don't
didn't
need to
mean
keep
I didn't
doing
mean
it over again.
Martha. I meant Batman's parents. Well, no, I think Batman's mom was also called
Martha-
Martha.
Both their
Yeah.
parents are Martha.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that's
Batman
right.
and
Yeah, that was a
Superman's
big
both
thing
their
about
Batman
parents'
versus
mom's
Superman.
name
Yeah,
is
that's true.
Martha.
Okay. So I
Yeah,
was
that's
right.
true.
I was like, wait
Yep.
a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. Martha and then whoever Batman's dad is.
That's what made Batman
Art-
remember his humanity or whatever. Or
Yeah.
Superman, I don't remember.
Was
It's
it
John Kent. His name is John.
John. Okay.
Yeah.
Was there only so many times you can watch like Batman's parents dying or Superman landing on Earth, and it's just
That's
like
that's
all
why
right,
they
I
didn't do
know
that with
this.
Robin Pattinson's Batman. The Batman, they didn't do an origin story. Like you know how he becomes the Batman.
Well, he's still
you just
like
want to see him.
So I like Robert Pattinson's Batman because it's still technically like an origin story because it's year one Batman.
He's new.
Yeah,
he's
exactly,
new.
which I
But
do
you don't
like.
you don't
that.
He's
get
not a
the
kid.
whole scene of like shooting in the
Yeah.
alley and
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
like a training
Like-
montage. You know.
Exactly. Yeah, I do like Robert Pattinson. I can't wait for
Yeah,
what's the second one
that
called?
movie's
Is
great.
it just called the Batman Part 2 or something it's called, right?
I don't think they've announced the official name yet, but I assume it'll be the Batman
Yeah.
Part 2 because it has that epicness to it.
Yeah. Kind of sucks that he's not part of the DCU that they're trying to build.
Yeah, it does. I would have loved to see like maybe not anymore because 2 is awful, but like Joker, what's his name?
Oh, Joaquin Phoenix as Joker.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix and Robert Pattinson, like that probably doesn't make sense in a timeline perspective because of their age difference, or
Yeah.
maybe it does. I don't know, but
knows,
that would have
maybe.
been really cool. Like those two great actors going at it, that'd have been really
Yeah.
interesting.
Did you
I'm
not
with-
see the deleted scene of the Joker for the Batman?
No, or maybe I don't think so.
In
You
the
didn't?
he was supposed to be in there.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah, he was supposed to be in it. There's a deleted scene of the Joker in the Batman.
I did not
Well,
know that.
the Joker is in the Batman, but it's not Joaquin Phoenix. It's a different guy.
No, it's not Joaquin
Is
Phoenix
he?
is the Joker. It's a different guy.
Yeah,
Joker's
he's
in-
in it. Yeah, it's not deleted.
It's
It's in the movie.
it's Barry Keoghan. No, it was
Yeah,
deleted.
Barry Keoghan. Yep.
They didn't release it as part of the original film.
I don't.
I could have sworn he's in the original.
No,
Okay.
Like
They
he's in a
cut that
cell
scene
talking
completely
to
out.
what's his name? Okay.
Because I was saying like the only like deleted scene of Joker that I can remember was in which was it the Justice League where like Batman's seen like the future or something like that, and
oh yeah,
the
that one.
Joker's there. Yeah, it was in the Snyder cut, I think, that they added that scene, which was an interesting scene overall, where like somehow Batman's in the future where he sees like Superman. Maybe it was Batman versus Superman that had it, where he sees like a future where like, I guess like Superman was bad or something. It was an interesting. Anyways, let's go back on topic. Ash, what you been playing?
Just doing my normal stuff, like just doing my dailies for Zenless and Wuthering Waves, and touching Clear Experience 3 every now and then. I don't know what's going on with me with that game. I think I just need to get over the fact that I just need to lower the difficulty to normal difficulty. Which I need to ask you, Brian, is there an achievement for me to play that game on the highest difficulty? Okay.
Nope.
That's okay. So at this point, if I want to beat,
Go
I will
normal.
beat the game on the highest difficulty before bragging rights, I guess. So okay, that's fair.
Go back and do New Game Plus on the hardest difficulty. Just do normal and finish the story.
That's fair. Makes sense. Makes sense. But yeah, other than that, I've just been chilling with games and stuff. I did touch a couple of games that I picked up. Oh yeah. I'm still like dabbling with Trials of Mine a little bit. Funny enough, I haven't gotten my second party member yet. But do you get them by story beat basis? Because I met my second party member. She was looking for a kid, so I was thinking, oh, maybe I should look for the kid somewhere. But I couldn't find him. So do they just join based on the main story quest or something like that, or do you have to actually do like the side things so that way they can actually join your party or something like that?
No, they are part of the main story. At least as far as back as I remember, they're part of the main story. Because you'll meet them, and I want to say you meet them. Maybe it is a side quest because you meet them and then you have to kind of solve their issue, and then they join you. The only one that I can think of is the girl that has like wears green and she uses a spear.
She's looking for like some kid or something like that.
So it's the same one. Was the cutscene you met her? Was she on a boat?
She was in one of the hotels that I walked in as Kevin.
Okay, because when I got her, there was like a whole cutscene of being on a boat, and she happened to be on the boat as well. And then that's how we like teamed up. That's with her, because getting her was different than the mage girl. But I think you said you didn't get the mage girl there. So maybe with her it is you get her later on. Because I do remember like her interaction was kind of different. The mage girl I know is like I had to complete exactly what she had going on, and then she joined me. And she was part of the story. Yeah.
So I guess like depending like the combination of the teams you choose, you might do something slightly different for that party member. Which that seems cool. So on the boat, was she talking about looking for a kid or child or something like that, or was it something totally different?
No, I think hers is different. She's not looking for anybody. She's
I'm talking about the girl in the green, because
the girl in the green. She's at war.
Yeah.
Like there's some war battle going on, and that's all I remember from her part. Because I like where I'm at in the game. I just recruited her, and then we're fighting like some other people. I don't remember. I know I'm in a castle, and I went back to it when I was doing my Switch 2 video. I went back to it, and I got destroyed. I was like, yeah, I'm not using that footage because I forgot how to play. So I just kept getting destroyed by all the enemies. So I was like, yeah.
And this is a slight thing. I have not been playing the game, but I'm in a high fever of Super Mario Sunshine because of the music in that game. My God, I can't stop fantasizing about Sunshine. Growing up as a kid and stuff, it was just such a fantastic game.
Music's good.
I love Galaxy, but it can't be Sunshine. I'm sorry. I know it's a hot take, but it's
That
just
is
amazing.
a huge
I love
hot
it.
take.
That's a hot take, but I do agree Sunshine is underrated for the color palette alone. I love the colors in that game and how everything like shines. It looks beautiful.
Delfino
It literally has the
Plaza's
best
music is
logo
amazing.
ever. Like it's insane. Like whoever was part of the art team, like they knew what they were doing, man, with that. Like it's amazing. Peak. I'm sorry, Galaxy's amazing, but it's not better than Sunshine.
2002, I want to say summer 2002, so 23 years old.
Yeah,
I remember it was going right before my sophomore year, so I think it was summer 2000 or end of August, beginning of September 2002. I want to say.
Yeah, it could be a nostalgia thing, honestly, because like my favorite Mario Kart, my favorite Mario Kart is Mario Kart Double Dash, which that's another
the
hot
GameCube
take.
guy, man. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I just love Mario Kart Double Dash because there's a lot more. You can customize a lot more with your carts and stuff, and with the two different characters you have, because most of them have their own different special items and stuff. So you get to strategize and like use what you want to do, and also be good at drifting and stuff. And a lot of people don't get that, you know. So I don't know.
The only problem I have with Sunshine is the damn blue coin.
Oh yeah, I agree.
To get stars, it's so lazy.
Yeah, especially you're 100% in. Yeah, like they don't tell you where exactly where you picked the last blue coin or something like that. You got to go based off of memory, which I understand that makes sense.
You know what's funny is that the GameCube. I feel like a lot of people loved the GameCube, but at the time the GameCube came out, it's crazy to think that it didn't sell that well.
Oh yeah, revisionist history for sure.
Yeah, it's it's kind of like Dreamcast. A lot of people love Dreamcast, but
Didn't
like
sell.
name somebody who had it like at launch. Like
I didn't have it at launch, but I did have it like a year later.
Well, let's say had it during before they announced that they were ending the console business, right?
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah, like me, like outside of us two, like I've never met anybody else that's owned a Dreamcast. People talk about it and like, oh yeah, Sonic Adventure, but they usually talk about Sonic Adventure DX and Sonic Adventure Battle, which were on GameCube. They never talk about Sonic Adventure, which Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 look way better than the remade like version on GameCube.
100% agree.
More powerful, but like whatever they did to port it to GameCube does not look as good.
Yep, I agree.
Which is why like I own the games on Steam. But like I was playing it recently on my Retroid Pocket, and it was like it looks so much better on using the Dreamcast version for sure.
If I got rich or whatever, like I would want to buy a Dreamcast with a complete discography, and I would just like have it. I would have like a Dreamcast room and just like Dreamcast everything and like a CRT, like the best CRT that you could buy today and all the rest. Because I think Dreamcast is a really special system.
If Sega sold a Dreamcast, there was a Dreamcast Mini, but the library was just every single Dreamcast game because there's not that many, right? So it was just every single Dreamcast game. Would you buy it?
Well, the licensing for that would be impossible between like the NFL and all that stuff.
True. They'll work out a deal somehow.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know how that would be the license that they still owned.
Yeah,
it would have to be just with IPs that they still own.
Yeah, I guess they would have to not include NBA 2K and NFL 2K and or any of the sports games and do like other IPs like Evolution. Is it Evolution or Evo? I think it's called Evolution.
I think it's just Evo.
Is it just Evo? Like Evo 1 and 2? Or is it Evo or I don't know.
Are you talking about the RPG?
Yeah, the RPG.
The RPG's Evolution, I think.
Okay, Evolution. So yeah, there's Evolution 1 and 2. Which is funny. I remember getting that or playing that. I think I mentioned this story before on the podcast. I was sick. A lot of my games I played when I was sick. Of course, as a kid, that's when you get most of your game time. But I was sick. My mom happened. I think it was either my mom or dad. They went and rented a game for me to play while I was sick, and it happened to be that. And I was like, oh well, let me try it out. It was pretty cool. Like definitely nowhere near like Skies of Arcadia or like a Final Fantasy, but it's still pretty cool. Like I enjoyed it.
House of the Dead, Ready to Rumble Boxing.
Resident Evil Code Veronica. That was
Dreamcast
first. Before
I was so blown away
Code
by
Veronica
that
X. Yeah, that was an amazing looking game too. And I would still argue it still looked better. Well, yeah, it looked. I think there's something about the Dreamcast again, graphically, and something about like the way it pop makes the colors pop more. I think they look better. It was like brighter colors,
Hmm.
than PS2 version. Like the PS2 just made everything look muddy. Like we it's funny because like nowadays you think PS5, like, oh, amazing graphics, but PS2 was not the best looking console at all, and it was definitely the
No.
best library. But like I bring this up all the time. Resident Evil 4 on GameCube looks a million times better than Resident Evil 4 on PS2. Resident
yeah,
Evil 4
100%.
on PS2 has missing puddle effects, missing water because it just couldn't handle a lot of those things.
The PS2 is also really hard to program for too. That was another problem with it.
Was it for the PS2? I thought it was just the
Yeah.
PS3 only.
Both. It was the
both?
emotion. It wasn't the emotion engine in PS2.
I think so. Yeah, I think you are right
Yeah.
with that. Yeah.
Yeah, the PS2 was hard to program for, and the PS3 was hard to program for, but the GameCube I think was easier, as well as the Xbox, because the
Yeah.
Xbox ran on x86, and I think the game. I don't remember what the GameCube ran on, but
Well, GameCube
they
had
were a
Power
lot. I think they were less
PC.
proprietary.
They had Power
Yeah,
PC.
so it wasn't as proprietary.
Yeah, because it's basically at the time I think Mac and GameCube was really using that. Even the Xbox, actually, the Xbox had Power PC as well. That was the CPU it had.
I thought it ran on x86.
It ran like a translation layer, I think,
Okay.
if I remember correctly, because it had
That
like a
Xbox
Windows
documentary was awesome.
Yeah, it had like a Windows version on
Wait,
there.
wait, which console?
The original Xbox.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but it had like a translation layer, but it was Power
Mhm.
PC for the chip in it as well. And I think the 360 also had Power PC, if I remember correctly.
I can't remember.
Yeah, that I don't remember. I know the Wii used basically the same chip as the GameCube. Like almost exactly the same chip. I don't remember that.
No, it says the original Xbox did not use a Power PC processor. It was based on Intel Pentium 3 processor.
Okay. So then
The Xbox 360 did use a Power PC based
okay,
processor.
so I didn't get it confused. Okay, so then you are correct in that sense. So it was the 360 that used Power PC. But yeah, those were man. That's a generation that I don't know. Like, I think
It's
gaming
special to
peaked
me.
there. In my opinion, I think gaming peaked there, honestly. But it could be also that most of us were like high school, around that age at that time too, and it was just
Early
like
teens, yeah, for me.
yeah. So it would have been that, yeah, because I would have been, well, yeah, I'm trying to remember. Fresh, yeah, I guess it's like middle school / high school for me. That's right.
Yep, me too.
Yeah, because like Grand Theft Auto 3, I remember being in middle school when that came out.
That was 2001, and I was
Mm-hmm.
in a freshman.
Okay, yeah, I was like seventh grade, I think, something like that.
Okay.
Cool.
You shouldn't have been playing it, James. I
I
was
shouldn't
allowed to.
have.
I was in high school.
My parents didn't know what Grand Theft Auto was, so it's like, oh, I played through all of it, and man, I played hundreds and hundreds of hours of everything. Yeah, and that was not a kid-friendly game. There's a lot of things in
No,
there.
that game was amazing, groundbreaking. No
Yeah,
one.
but what I would do
Sleepovers
the
with your
most,
friends playing it.
yeah, what I did the most was just once I beat the story, and then once I got to the story, once I got done, it was just max out my stars, use the cheat codes for like every weapon, and see how long I could survive while fighting like the military and the police and everything. And that's all I did, just nonstop. Was fun, or ride the dodo everywhere, doing all the glitches, finding like the ghost town and that. Yeah, that was it. But Grand Theft Auto Vice City, my dad knew I was playing. He was playing it too because he beat it. And the only reason he got it was because I read somewhere or somebody told him that it's basically Scarface. So he's like, I wanna get it because he loved Scarface. So, and I mean, technically speaking, it is Scarface. Like, they definitely pulled a lot of inspiration from Scarface in that game. Cool. Well, let's talk about our main topic, and that is Donkey Kong Bananza. I've played about an hour of it, and from what I've played, well, Brian, how long or how far are you in the game? How many hours do you think?
I got past the tutorial part, so I'm in like the first area after the tutorial.
Okay. What about you, Fan?
I made it to the second layer, sub layer 100.
Okay.
Did you see the title screen yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm past that.
I don't know if I saw the title screen. When do you see the
Yeah.
title screen?
It's after
After
the
you get out of the
tutorial.
caves,
Yeah.
Okay.
you fight like the kind of a boss, and what?
Okay, so then I'm not. So then you guys are definitely further than me because I
What?
Okay.
I just retrieved Pauline, but she
Or-
still did rock.
Okay, right, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you just got the rock.
Yeah, I'm like right in front of the building that you see. I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
I'm-
Ingot, isn't it the Ingot Isle thing or
Ingot
whatever?
Isle.
yeah, yeah. I'm right in
Okay.
front of there, and I was climbing it, and then like I had to stop there, because of work. So I didn't get nowhere near as far as you guys.
You
And I
said
know,
you played an hour of it.
yeah, that was about an hour. Oh,
Dude,
it's 'cause
only- that's
yeah, I want to get into that. I can't wait to start talking about that because I have
was-
something to say about this.
I was breaking everything in there,
Yes.
and like going
Same
through.
here. I was
and-
breaking a lot of stuff too, but
You know what's funny is like I felt like I looked weird because like I was on my
maybe I was
lunch.
more efficient
uh,
with my time. I don't know.
Probably. I was like going through. It could have been less than an hour actually. Now that I think about it, it's probably like 40 minutes or so. But like I'm here playing, and I'm like I was playing it while I was on lunch. I'm in my
Okay.
car, and I just start smiling because of how much fun I was having, just breaking random things and like digging through. Like that's what took me so like long to just progress with the story. I was just like wondering, oh, can I go here? Can I go here? And just figuring out the buttons on my own. And I was like, man, people probably think I look like I'm like a weirdo because I'm here smiling while staring at my Switch too. But I was having fun where I was at. But so far, I gotta say, like in portable mode, graphically speaking, it looks great. I don't think I've really seen the slowdowns that people are talking about. I assume like later
Not
on,
yet.
when you get out of that smaller area, it starts slowing down. And
You know the in
Mhm.
the when they announced the game, you know how
Yeah.
they showed off where like he picked up a rock and like threw it through the building and like dig through the ground and like up.
yeah,
So, like that's the stage I'm at.
okay, yeah. So the very
'Cause
first,
that's literally the second stage. Because like I was in, I was like, this is in the trailer. This is
Yeah.
what they showed at the treehouse. Like this
Yeah.
is exactly it. And I was like, I didn't notice any slowdown either. And I had it played in dock mode.
hmm
And like, yeah, you don't really. And the games look great. The
Mhm.
textures look awesome. Like,
I'm
I
excited to see it, Doc.
am a little sad that the only voice acting is The Rock
Yeah.
so far. But I
I-
mean, they can't get Seth Rogen to
Do Donkey Kong.
do
Yeah,
Donkey
too
Kong.
expensive. Too expensive.
It'd be too expensive.
I mean,
And I think it'd just be weird.
I don't know. Like for gaming, I'm one of those that, again because I'm old. I don't mind if a game doesn't have voice acting. Like
Well, I'm okay with the main character not having it because I think it falls it kind of goes with Nintendo's like their shtick,
yeah,
right? Mario doesn't really talk.
true.
He just says, "Let's go,
Yeah.
wahoo!" He just does those things. Link doesn't really talk either.
Yeah.
He just makes "Huh, ha, huh, huh."
Yeah.
And now DK doesn't really talk. He whistles and he's expressive, and that's about it.
That's that is true. I guess
And
The
you
only-
don't really hear Samus talks at all, do you? Haven't heard her speak in any really game.
Metroid
mainly
Other M.
just-
Metroid Other M. She speaks
Yeah.
a lot, and
Metro Fusion, she technically talks in there too.
Okay.
in Dread, doesn't she
So-
talk in Dread a little bit?
I don't know. I haven't played that game yet.
I don't remember.
I don't remember her
if she
voice
actually
in
talked.
Dread.
Yeah.
I could be
So
making
few
that
and
up.
far
I'm
between.
just going on based off text. I never heard her voice,
And obviously Kirby doesn't
So-
talk because he's just a blob.
essentially.
Well, technically, in the,
You kind of look like Kirby today, fan with that shirt on.
I mean, it's Sailor Moon, so.
No,
Uh,
just the pink. I was just messing.
Oh yeah.
in Super Metroid, though, isn't that her in the beginning saying the last Metroid is blah blah blah? Isn't that
No,
her
it's a guy's
voice?
voice.
No, I thought it was a girl's voice.
No, it's a guy's voice.
Is it?
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
remember a lot of like the voice acting is like the AI talking to you in Dread, like Adam.
I mean, so the part in Super Metroid, it is a guy that says the last Metroid is in captivity, the galaxy is at peace. But then it goes to like it's like a bunch of typing, and it's Samus. It's Samus's words, like she's typing something.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that was a girl then. So yeah,
Love Super
True.
Metroid.
I
Love
guess
Super
maybe
Metroid.
Captain Falcon. He's the only one that really talks.
Falcon Punch.
Yeah, show your moves. Like he has like all those one-liners.
No, I would probably say the only one that actually talks would be Fox.
That's true.
Fox
Fox does
McCloud.
talk. Yeah.
He's the only one I can think of that actually has like full conversations,
Yeah.
dialogue, like actually talks.
What's funny is I sometimes forget that in the N64 version he talks, because in my head I always think of the you know how they talk in Super Nintendo. Like in my head that's how they always talked. Yeah.
Yeah, like Charlie Brown, teacher, adult. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I love that though. It's like I wish they could make a version of Star Fox 64 where you just have the Super Nintendo like blurbing. I think that's kind of cool.
I'm sure you could do a mod for that or something.
That is true. That is true. But anyways, back to Donkey Kong Bonanza. Go ahead and I mean, would you consider anything beyond that spoilers? I don't think so. Right? Like,
I mean, they showed a lot of the game at the treehouse.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And, like,
I don't know. What do you feel, Ash? Do you feel like this is spoiler if they talk about where they're at and and all that stuff?
I'm after the title crawl. Like it's
not really. I feel I'm going to
yeah,
forget.
I'm a little past
I feel
Brian.
I'm going to forget what they're going to say about it. So it's fine. Don't worry about it.
So then, yeah, go ahead.
I don't think this game has the story that's really gonna blow your socks off. Anyways, that's not the point. I don't think.
Well, I mean, I think if anything, if you watch any of the Bonanza like treehouse stuff, like that stuff spoiled way more than anything.
I'm just more interested in the Pauline lore in the game, and that's pretty much it. So.
I'm not there yet at all. I haven't even gotten Pauline yet, technically.
I think in the developer, they did say that the question would be answered about Pauline. So that I'm almost positive. I gotta look through it and see the interview, but I thought somewhere they did say that it'll be answered about why Pauline is young. So that's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be all a dream. One of those. All right. Yeah. So Fan or Brian, if you guys want to go where you guys are at, since you guys are way further than me.
I'm a little further than Brian.
So you guys are still a lot further.
You want me to go, or you want to go?
No, you can go.
Okay. Yeah. So here's my thoughts on it. IGN gave this game a 10. And I went into it with and I saw like a little bit of the previews. Like I watched the entire thing when we watched the Switch 2 Direct, and I was very impressed. That looked great. Didn't watch anything else of it. They did that like Bonanza Direct. I really didn't want to watch it because I wanted to go in as fresh as possible. And I started playing it, and this kind of there's a scene in the new Superman movie. I'm not gonna get into super story spoiler stuff, but it's like something happens where a character is on a treadmill and they're seeing something that they really want, and they're stuck on the treadmill chasing after it. And that's kind of how I feel in this game, where you're surrounded with all of these rocks and caves and stuff, and it just has nonstop gold pieces inside of it. And it's just everywhere. Gold coins, gold nuggets, gold, I don't even know what they are, just like big gold chunk things. And you get it and you watch the little counter go up that says like you have 120 coins and 5,000 kilograms of gold or whatever. And you go into these tunnels, and the tunnels have like big breakable part gold, and you get gold everywhere, just nonstop coming out of your ears. And then they're like areas you can do puzzles in, like semi-puzzles, and the reward for doing those puzzles is more gold and coins and stuff like that. And it just kind of drives me crazy, because that early area, I bet if you just run through that area, you could probably get it done in like 10 minutes, probably, if you just run through it and just get to the end. But it probably took me 2 hours just because I was just like tunneling into everything. I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, what's wrong with me? I felt like an insane person. And I was just tunneling and going through everything until finally, okay, I got to stop this. Like, I have a life, I have a job. If I want any progress in this game, like I got to get on the main path here. Come on, Bryant. So right before we got into the podcast, I finally got to the end of the Ingot Isle tutorial area, and there's a boss you fight, and then you kind of explode out of this. You drop into this hole, and then on the other end, you end up in this open area, not open area, but it's like open skies or whatever. It's not a cave anymore. And then that's where I quit playing because I knew we had to start. But I'm very interested to see if after you do that, if the game gets a little bit more like I know the environmental destruction is a part of it, and that's just something I'm going to have to find a way to compartmentalize. But I hope it gets a little more I don't even want to say focused, but I hope I want to see the structure, because I know that you collect these bananas and it goes like hoo banana or something like
Yeah.
that, and I love that. I thought that was very charming. You got like, I don't remember what he says, but it just the way banana, I like it.
Yeah.
But I want to see the structure, because it's like you think of Super Mario Odyssey and it's just about doing goals and collecting the moons, right? And it's really simple. You get the abilities, you do this, you do that, you get the moon, you get the other moon, and you keep moving forward. With this, is it the same thing where you just get these bananas, you do these goals, and you get a banana? But like, where does the gold come in that you're nonstop collecting, that the game is driving me insane getting? What's the importance of it? Because if it's literally just like coins in Odyssey where it takes away gold from you when you lose a life, then it's like, okay, well then I can just ignore all of this crap. But if it does have more of a monetary value for learning abilities and stuff like that, then okay, I'll be going nuts playing this game. It'll probably take me 100 years because I'll just be tunneling into everything like a freaking groundhog on speed. But we'll see what happens. But so far, I like it. I really want to see how, like, what it ends up doing and how it's structured. But as a 10, Gene Park, I think from the Washington Post, he's a pretty big guy, and a pretty big guy on Twitter that I like, because he's part of a podcast he is with a podcast that I like. He was saying, like, move aside Expedition 33, move aside Death Stranding 2. This is my goatee. I am not there yet. I mean, granted, I'm just out of the tutorial level. It could totally change on a dime now that I'm out of the tutorial level, but nothing about this game screams to me that I'm going to like this more than Death Stranding 2 and Expedition. But we will find out. But that's my take so far.
I can confirm, because I got game over, or not game over, but I died in the early stage.
I saw it take some away.
Yeah, like, and it took away like 300, which is, I thought it was a lot. I was like, man, that's a lot. And I went back. It was funny. I went back to get all that back, because I was like, there's no way I'm losing that. I died stupidly because I was tunneling. Yes, the thorns. And when I tunneled up, the thorn was there, and I was like, oh, I must be hitting it, not knowing that I'm actually taking damage. I thought I was hitting it to break it, and then next thing you know, I died. When I realized it was too late, I was like, oh shoot. But yeah, those stupid thorns, killed me because of me tunneling. But I am with you on that, because I was picking up everything, and it just seemed that no matter what, these gold nuggets or whatever were respawning over and over. And I was like, I have to grab them. I have to grab them. And I had to stop for a minute too, because I was just in that main level. I was like, if I don't stop this, I'm gonna just be stuck here all game, because it's that collector in you. You're like, I gotta grab it. I gotta grab it. So I don't like that part of the game. That I don't like, because it's like you really need super like self-control of like move on with this. Fan, what about you?
I mean, I kind of got stuck like you guys. Like, I kind of got stuck like you guys. Like, just at the very beginning, I was just breaking everything, just like digging through all the walls. I did like how, like, once you get far enough to the walls, it kind of like goes back a little bit, and then it's like an
invisible wall thing.
Yeah, like an invisible wall. Like, it almost looked like the game glitched,
Yeah.
And then I'm just like tunneling through almost nowhere, and then they do have a boundary. Like, they do kind of make you stop a little bit. Like, on the second stage, I was just digging. Like, I dig down and I just kept digging around and kept going, and then eventually I popped out of the wall, and like any further I would have dropped down and died. But luckily DK can climb up walls, But so far I'm having fun with it. Just trying to get used to the controls, how the buttons are. I mean, he's got 3 basic attacks so far: down, forward, and up hits.
I'm trying to get used to A as the jump button. That's a really
Same.
for me.
Okay, I thought it was just me.
No, I've been hitting B a lot. I'm like, why am I not jumping? I'm like, oh, it's A. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, me too. I was like,
So
it is weirdly placed, because like you want to jump and punch at the same time, but it's like
I get why they did
pressing
it,
A and Y at the
because
same
it's like
time.
up, straight, down. Like, it makes sense, but still.
Like, X is up, Y is forward, B is down. Like, hitting in terms of punch, and then A's your de facto jump.
Yeah, it's.
Would it kill them to go the other way? I don't know.
I mean, I think that's they wanted to do that, but I feel B is, because like even Mario, it's like B.
Mario Odyssey B, man.
Yeah. It's kind of.
Can you just remap the buttons, or?
I mean, yeah, you probably can.
I bet you could.
Technically, you could.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
I'm the type of person that when I play a game, I just play it in its native default. Like,
Yeah.
the
Play the way it was
artistic vision.
intended.
yeah,
That's
Right.
fair. Yeah.
I don't like ever swapping out buttons at all. It's just that's just
To be
me.
fair, Mario originally did jump with A.
Mhm.
To
Yeah,
be fair, it's
that's true.
true.
In well, NES Mario, and then in World it was B.
It was spin jump.
Yeah, and A was spin jump. Yep. I will say this: like the camera has been. I feel like I've been fighting the camera. Like
Mm.
I don't know. I just feel like in certain segments it's too close, where I'm just like, man, like I can't really see what's going on. It's just, and it could be again. I was playing this in my car, so the sun was like, it's bright out there, and maybe it just the Switch 2 wasn't bright enough. But it just felt like I couldn't in certain spots when I was like in a corner, especially digging. I was like, I don't know where I'm going. I'm just digging randomly. And, hopefully I make it out to a place. Or there was in one area I was going through a tunnel, and I was like, wait a minute, did I come here? Like I don't remember if I came here already, or is this a new area? And I'm just like going in circles and stuff. So the camera thing is probably the only negative outside of of course, the A button being, I wouldn't say negative, but something I'm fighting for. But I gotta have more time into it before I even start saying, yeah, this is negative and anything like that. I am with Bryant as well as like I can't wait, and hopefully I get to that point where it's like this is the 10 out of 10 game. I feel like in Mario Odyssey right away I felt that because movement was just fluid and you're like, oh
I
yes.
didn't.
Like, what is it?
I didn't. I don't think Odyssey's. I like Odyssey, but I
Mhm.
think like Sunshine. I like Sunshine better than Odyssey,
Mm,
and Galaxy better than Odyssey.
yeah, I don't know about Sunshine. Galaxy, I have to finish Galaxy. I've never finished it.
Okay, we should just end the podcast now. You never finished Galaxy? Are you kidding
Nah.
me?
I never owned it on
That's
Wii.
That's
Yeah.
actually insane. That's actually
I-
insane right there.
Yeah, I never owned it on Wii. My
Hey,
Wii
neither did I.
was nonstop. Like I beat Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn, and then I replayed Radiant Dawn again, and then I played it again. Like,
Whoa! You should drop everything and finish Galaxy. Like I'll
Yeah.
even give you a pass on that. Beating Death. Wait, didn't you say you were going to beat Death Stranding before you played Bonanza, or did you say
Yeah.
before you beat Death
before I
Stranding?
played, but Bonanza's out. Like I gotta, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I think you should just
Could do
drop
it.
everything and beat Galaxy before
Well,
you resume Death
So
Stranding.
with Death
or-
Stranding, I actually stopped like a week ago because I got upset. I was
Why?
I can't find my bike. It's gone. Like
Make a new one.
I don't know how. Like I got the bike that they give you, right? And I
Yeah.
ran through, and then I was in a place doing this thing where you have to go into like this enemy camp to take something
Materials.
that they have there. Yeah, like intel or something. And I died because I'm here trying to fight them and realizing their little stick that electrocutes you. I can't. Or it was one guy had like armor or something, so I couldn't do anything to him. So I died. And of course, you respawn or whatever. I got all my materials. I don't know where my motorcycle is. I went everywhere. It's not on the map. I looked throughout the whole enemy camp and it's not there. I asked Joe Kuma, friend of the show, Jesse. I asked him, and he's like, "Yeah, it should be there. Like if you die, they take your bike and it should be in the camp." I was like, "Okay." I looked everywhere in the camp. It's not there. Like I know where I left it. I went to where I left it. It's not there. So I'm not exactly sure what's where it is.
You need to keep playing so you get schematics to build a bike,
Yeah.
or you need to go back to one of the bases and build one because that shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, I couldn't. I tried to check. I went to the basin. There's no way. Maybe I'll check again. But I just went ahead and just started walking all the way. I was like, great. I gotta walk all the way back to the first area to continue the story. I'm like, oh man, like I hate
I'll
this
help
game.
you figure it out, James. We'll get through it together.
Yeah, it's
As a matter
it's
of
a
fact,
whole
I'm kind
thing.
of hurt that you didn't message me
I'm
first.
sure there's a
I
Reddit
flagged it
page
twice.
somewhere.
Well, I was
that
just
someone
like,
came across
because
this issue.
I was actually playing.
Why you need Reddit? Brian's here.
Exactly.
Yeah, but Brian hasn't came across this issue. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm sure someone probably did the same thing what James did, and they can't find their bike.
I was just
Brian
upset.
Is Reddit.
I almost quit the other time. It's like when you go to like that there's like where you have to turn on the power to like that power plant. It's like a wind farm thing. It's like early in the game too.
Yeah.
And I
That
fell
part's
down
a pain in the ass.
I fell down a hill and all my stuff fell
Yep.
down. And I just shut off the
Mhm.
game right there. because it's like I hate this game. Like,
That's a heavy BT area. That place with it's like
yeah,
it's this hill you have to go up and then go
mhm,
down, and that area is just crawling with BTs. That place, and it's really surprising, is that place is like really early in the game too, and it's one of
yeah,
the most difficult spots to get back and forward through 100%.
yeah. I was able to like get back, but I fell. That was the issue. Like going to it, yeah, there was the BTs, which I had no issue. Like I just kept trying to figure out how the heck does the P grenade work, and whatever it is or whatever it's called. Like, like I was like, I need to figure this out. Um, but yeah, that I lasted like pretty good. I did that pretty good. It's just that. Anyways, back to Donkey Kong talk. Yeah,
Mm.
that graphically, it's good. I'm excited for it. Like to me, this is I think where I feel the Switch 2's generation starts. Like I love Mario Kart World. Don't get me wrong. But Mario Kart World to me is I put that on the same level as Mario Party, where it's like a party game. And to me, that's not the system seller game for me, right? It was like what is to come after the fact. And I feel like this is finally like we're like here is the real Switch 2 game that Nintendo's been cooking. Even though it was a Switch 1 game, developers said that they started it on Switch 1 and then they moved to Switch 2. But to me, like this, I feel like was where it starts. So I'm really excited to continue playing through Donkey Kong Bonanza and let's see where it goes from there. And I hope now that Donkey Kong Bonanza is out that we actually get a Nintendo Direct in 2 weeks because I think my 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 theory, my prediction is probably July 30th or 31st we'll have a direct. That's my prediction.
I hope you can get off so we can watch it.
Unfortunately, I can't. I
Oh,
have
no.
I have a specific conference for work that
Oh no.
yeah. So I can't. I was like when I was predicting I was like great. And the following week I can't really do that either because it's like open house for kids school and stuff like that. So I can't even do that either. So it's going to be on a day that, of course, I can't take off and I can't be available. That's just how Nintendo works with me now. So while we're on the topic of Donkey Kong, and before we like end the podcast, I do want to talk about like Donkey Kong's like other games.
Please
Design?
don't say lore.
No, Lord,
Oh,
like other games. What was your guys' favorite Donkey Kong game?
Good question. I haven't really
So
thought about it.
for me, I've alluded to this on the podcast previously. I remember 1994 getting that VHS from Nintendo Power for the original Donkey Kong Country, and it's showing like the inside of the Redmond office in Washington for Nintendo, and going behind the scenes and seeing the treehouse and seeing these game testers testing Donkey Kong Country, and me being like, that's what I want to do when I grow up. And then you learn they work like minimum wage and go over the same level like 100,000 times. I'm like, okay, I don't want to do that anymore, but this is awesome. That game is heavily nostalgic for me. The original Donkey Kong Country, just seeing those graphics, the score is incredible considering it's a Super Nintendo game. The platforming is solid. It was just so, it's a platformer. I mean, it is what it is, but it was just very unique at the time in a lot of ways, and it just had a vibe to it that I really appreciated. Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Conquest, again, an incredible score, but I find it a lot harder than the original Donkey Kong Country.
It is,
And
yeah, for
I've
sure.
never really been able to get that far in it. Donkey Kong Country 3, was it Dixie's whatever
Kong's
he
Quest,
plays?
yeah. Or
What
no,
was it
Diddy
called?
Kong's Quest, Dixie. What is that one
Dixie
called?
Kong, right?
Yeah, it's with Dixie Kong.
Is it Dixie's Conquest, or
No, I thought
is
so.
it Dixie's
No,
Triple Trouble or something?
yeah, I think it's something like that. Yeah,
Okay, whatever it is, I hated that baby character that like was, I don't know if it's like her
Kitty
brother
Kong.
or something like that, where it's like a baby. Like that was just so
Yeah,
unappealing to
that's
me, and I
Funky
never got into
Kong's
it.
like nephew or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Never got into 3. 2 I tried very hard. Maybe one day I'll get back to 2 and finish it. Maybe I'll finish 3. But Donkey Kong Country, the original, just thinking about that last boss fight against King K. Rool when you beat him and that music starts picking
Yeah.
up and it's hardcore. Like that game did not have the right to slap as hard as it did back in '94, and it did. So yeah, that's my favorite probably is Country, because Donkey Kong 64 was just kind of a collectathon. Like I remember looking forward to that game, but I really tapped out soon just because of all the collecting. What's another Donkey Kong game. I'm trying to think of like another one. Like there's like the Jungle Beat or whatever on what was that Wii or
Bramble
whatever?
Blast, I think it's called.
No, Bramble
There's
Blast
Jungle Beat.
is the music. No, they had
Oh my bad. Yeah.
the Congo, was it Donkey Konga or something like that? Donkey
Yeah,
Konga,
something like that.
Yeah, where
Never
Is
you
it
had
the one that had the
bongos.
little like
Yeah.
attachment where you
Bongos.
Yeah.
bongos?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wii U didn't really have anything. Actually, no. Wii U had
Tropical
Donkey Kong
Freeze.
Tropical Freeze,
Tropical
and I
Freeze.
loved that game. Yeah, and I loved Donkey Kong Country Returns. So those are really great games too. Those are retro studios games. So those definitely have a special place in my heart. So I would say like those two games and Donkey Kong Country are incredibly well made, and I like them a lot. The other ones, varying degrees of quality for me and importance.
What about you guys?
I'm a
I
classic
don't-
guy. I would say
yeah,
country.
I don't recall playing a lot of Donkey Kong games in the past. So, for one thing, I did definitely play the first Donkey Kong Country game, and that's pretty much it for my lineup. I'm trying to remember times when I played Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze and the one before it. It was literally on the Wii.
Yeah, Returns.
It just Returns. Yeah, I remember playing the demo for Returns. I thought it was fun, and I eventually want to play it, but it didn't like. I either forgotten
It's on
or never
Switch
had the
now.
time to play it. Yeah, so I might pick those up. But before I even touch those, I want to visit Donkey Kong Country again because I had the most fun time with that. I just love the music for that game for the
It's so
most part.
good.
So
Aquatic ambience and stuff. It's so
yeah,
good.
that's fun fact. That's the only water level I actually like. Is that level? Because the
I'm
music,
gonna
so.
throw a wrench out. Diddy Kong Racing.
Diddy
Do
Kong
you
Racing
really
is also
count
really
that?
good. I
Do
liked
we
it
count
more
that,
than
though?
Mario Kart 64. Like I
Oh,
prefer
it's way
Diddy
better
Kong
than Mario
Racing.
Kart 64.
Oh yeah, I agree. I mean, if we're counting that, then I'm gonna say Donkey Kong Racing. That's my favorite Donkey Kong game, if you want to call it that. I don't know.
Even
It's
though
a
Donkey
Kong
Kong
game.
isn't in it.
It's not even the game. Yeah, but yeah.
We'll just say our favorite Kong game then.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean,
In the Donkey Kong universe.
Yeah,
you know?
because King
Well,
Kong doesn't count. Like that King Kong game that they came out like not that long ago.
what had
that's
me
about
hype
260.
about Diddy Kong Racing is
No,
the
I'm
fact
talking
I
about
saw
the one that
Banjo
came
in there,
out-
so that's all I cared about.
The King Kong game that they came out like
Oh yeah, there
last
was
year.
a game more recently, wasn't
Yeah,
there?
it got like a
you're right.
1
It was
out of
bad.
10 from everybody.
Yeah, you're right. I remember that.
Yeah. Where it's like the cutscenes were just JPEGs and stuff like that. Like it was crazy. For me, man, I gotta go with so Donkey Kong Country 2. I think you guys gotta play it. Like it has better music than Donkey Kong Country 1. I think this is like the hype and the peak of Donkey Kong music. Bramble Blast,
David Wise.
everybody knows, is amazing. And I think why a lot of people love is the music's so like calm and tranquil, but the freaking level is hard. Like
Yeah.
it's a level where you don't fall. It's barrels everywhere. So you have to be precise for every time you shoot yourself out of the barrel. Or else you're going into thorns and then you die. Which is
Are
funny.
you talking about Sticker Rush Symphony?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think that's the name of the song, but Bramble Blast is the name of the level.
Gotcha.
Fun fact is they have a homage to that in Bonanza. So
Oh, do they?
yeah, it's something that we didn't talk about, but like they have like cool like kind of like Mario Odyssey has the 2D side scrolling like
Oh yeah. Like when you go into the wall and it becomes
yeah.
like Link to Between Worlds.
Yeah, like
type
Link
thing.
Between Worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have theirs, but theirs is just like retro levels, which is kind of cool. I guess like Sonic also Frontiers kind of where they have like technically like retro levels, but it's like normal 3D Sonic. But anyways, yeah, you have that. You have the jungle level, amazing music. The volcano level is great music. Like almost everything in there is great music. And it's a little bit harder because when you get the big enemies in Country 1, you have, DK could take out the big enemies because Diddy Kong's not strong enough. And then, of course, Diddy Kong can kind of do other things. But in Donkey Kong Country 2, Dixie and Diddy are both like I keep saying Diddy are both very like they're smaller Kongs, right? So
Mhm.
you can't jump on the big guys. You have to figure out ways to get rid of them. Where it might be throwing Dixie or Diddy at them or grabbing a barrel and throwing them. So that's pretty cool. But I
I
also
liked her
Mhm.
platforming with the spinning hair. I thought that
Yeah.
was cool. Like when she comes down, you can use her spinning hair thing.
Yeah, and I do gotta say they do compensate the hardness with Dixie Kong, because if you play as her all the time, which is probably like what most people did, it helps you platform because you can, technically
Mhm.
glide, and that gives you enough time to kind of, go into these levels and stuff like that, or these platforms. But Donkey Kong Country 3 too also has a special place in my heart. Like I remember my first time playing it was at a friend's house, and then I eventually went ahead and rented it from Blockbuster and played it then. But I thought it was so cool because it was like, oh wow, this is like an open area. You have to get the boat and you drive around, and there's all these hidden areas you can go to, and you get a cannon that blows up these walls, and you can, find these little like Simon Says type things where you have to press the buttons in the right order, and you get these like I forget what they're called, these birds. But they got a specific name. But I thought that was pretty cool. And yeah, Kiddy Kong, a lot of people didn't like Kiddy Kong. I didn't mind him. He was just basically DK again. But I'll never forget that one of the things I hated was you have Ellie the elephant. So it's an elephant. And, he was like, cool. I was like, oh, sweet. You can soak up water and shoot water, and you can like have barrels kind of like get suction to you by like sucking it. And but if you were around a mouse, he runs away and he gets scared. So you can't do anything around a mouse, which I thought was funny. But that also added like another layer of like complexity on the game. But even then, like that game had great music as well. The world map music was, some of my favorite. I remember falling asleep to the world map music because I liked it a lot. What else? I just thought like it was kind of a repeat because like Diddy Kong's Quest, you're trying to save Donkey Kong. In Donkey Kong Country 3, you're just saving Donkey Kong again, and this time Diddy Kong too. So you're saving them both. And it's like, all right, you're just doing the same thing. But I think 2 is peak. I highly recommend playing 2. It's on NSO, so you can play it on Super Nintendo, Nintendo Switch Online. And yeah, I highly recommend it. But I do love Donkey Kong Country 1. I do love it a lot as well. I loved it enough that I remember getting it on Game Boy Color specifically. And then when the Game Boy Advance versions came out, I bought it there as well. So I owned that game too many times. I just started getting on Donkey Kong Country because there was Donkey Kong Land. I got Donkey Kong Country for Game Boy Color. And I thought it was the coolest thing. It's like, oh, I'm playing a Super Nintendo game in portable mode. Like, that is amazing. Did anybody else own the Game Boy games at all or no?
No, I didn't.
I don't think so.
No. I recommend them. Like Donkey Kong Land was different enough that I think they're worth playing. And the Game Boy Advance versions were just the Super Nintendo games revisited, except that they changed some of the music for Donkey Kong Country 3 for some reason. I don't know exactly why, but some of the music has changed. And I don't know if there's an answer to that. Maybe licensing or something, but I have no clue. But yeah, I'm excited. And developers of Bonanza did say that with if Bonanza is successful, they do see that there is a place like Mario for there to be 2 different types of Donkey Kong games. You get a 3D Donkey Kong game and a 2D Donkey Kong game, which, depending on how Bonanza goes, yeah, I can see it. I think all of us have kind of like agreed that 3D Mario really doesn't take away from 2D Mario, so they're kind of like their own thing, right? Wonder was
Essentially,
amazing in its
yep.
own right. Where Odyssey is amazing in its own right. So they're kind of different. It's kind of like I'm trying to think of a good analogy. Kind of like Metroid Prime doesn't take away from, you know, uh Metroid Dread, right? In that style. Or 3D Zelda doesn't take away from like A Link Between Worlds or Link's Awakening remake or anything like that. Like they kind of have like their own thing. So I do like that Nintendo's kind of like taking this approach to their IP and kind of diversifying, right? Sticking to their 2D roots, but also giving you like 3D versions of it. And I hope they come back with a brand new Zelda game like Echoes of Wisdom in the future that we can continue to go that route. It's nice to see that we will have basically 2 teams now working. Maybe we'll get a 2D Luigi's Mansion. No, I'm just kidding. I don't think that'll work out. But we
Yeah,
did
you
get
never know.
we did get a 2D Pikmin game. I don't know if you guys remember that. Does anybody remember that, or is it just me?
I
Oh,
don't
yeah, was it
remember
called
that.
Hey? Was it Hey Pikmin for DS?
Yep, for 3DS. Yep.
For 3DS, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. It's all right. Like, it's not the same as Pikmin, but it's basically a platformer at that point. Cool. Anything else you guys want to mention before we end the podcast today?
I know that I read this somewhere. I can't remember where. I know someone tested it. I think it might have been SpawnWave, but they did test that the Switch 2 dock can do variable refresh rate. It's just the Switch 2 won't allow it.
Yeah, I can.
I think Wolfden, he just put out a video on the
Okay.
Switch 2 dock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I gotta
I
look
mean,
at
here's
that video.
hope to them pushing out an update and allowing it
Yeah, but
because it's got the hardware capabilities. So
so
something's limiting it.
I think when it comes to VRR, right, is the Steam Deck uses AMD like FreeSync technology, right? I'm wondering if the VRR used for the Switch has to be, G-Sync, right? So maybe there's
Yeah.
something to do with G-Sync.
But they can just put that as a disclaimer.
Yeah.
This update will allow it. It's only with compatible, G-Sync capable devices.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or there could be another technical issue that we don't know about. Because like I do feel it's kind of weird that they put it there and then they took it away. Like I
Well, I
feel
mean,
like,
they said it's on the handheld. It's VRR on handheld
well, yeah,
only.
no, but on the dock too, it said
Yeah.
dock mode too.
Yeah.
And then they
Yeah.
took that out. So
Yeah,
like
and we know the dock hardware can do it. Like
Mhm.
it can do VRR. So there's just some weird disconnect going on between Switch 2 to the dock, not allowing it. So
yeah, it's
I'm
definitely
hoping
the
they
Switch
figure it
2
out
is.
and like do an update and like, hey, now it's unlocked. It works now.
Yeah, it definitely has to be the Switch 2. I Like I said, one of my theories was that because it's G-Sync, they're like, hey, because not everybody can use it, we don't want to risk the trouble. But it could be also that there's something software wise that they can't get it to work properly on in dock mode. So they're like, let's shut it off until we figure it out. Because I do think they originally had it planned. That's why it was there on the website to begin with, and then they're just like, yeah, we
Mhm.
can't get this, so let's just go ahead and remove it. But I agree with you. Like hopefully Nintendo does a lot of updates, starting with the screen, right? Overdriving the screen, getting that fixed, and then we could do VR after. It is interesting to see though. Like you're on the topic of VRR, Digital Foundry did a like their review on Bonanza, and they mentioned it. Bonanza also doesn't use VRR. And apparently what it does, and hopefully I'm not mixing this with another game because I watched two Digital Foundry videos back to back. I believe what it does, it sticks at 60, but then when it needs to go ahead and yeah, it might be like boss fights or something. If it drops below 60, it just jumps to 30. It doesn't go anywhere in between 60 or 30. So it's like a hard code, like you're either 60 or 30. You're nothing in between. But they did mention in certain spots too that it drops and then it goes back up. And it's like the way I guess it's programmed, it's like you're 30 until you're back to 60. So it's a weird thing that they're not actually using VRR in their own hardware. Like I wonder what's going on there. And they're not even using DLSS in Donkey Kong Bonanza. They're using FSR with another super sampling to kind of smooth it out, which is kind of awkward.
That's shocking. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, granted, it was originally a Switch game, right? So maybe they just didn't want to do too much from the start. But it's like you have DLSS. Everybody knows that DLSS is better than FSR. Like you get better quality, better frame rates and so forth. It's like why not just use DLSS? Who knows? Who knows what Nintendo's thinking most of the time? Anything else you want to mention before we end today's podcast?
Nope. I'm just glad that there's an actual Switch 2 like game on a
Mhm.
Switch 2.
Yeah,
You know.
it is nice to have. That's not a game key card.
Yes.
I have something.
Yeah.
After playing Mario Kart World as much as I have two thoughts in my head at the same time. It's not wrong for Nintendo to charge $80 for a game, or any developer for that matter. I don't know if Mario Kart World was the one they wanted to do it with. Because I enjoy Mario Kart World a lot. I think it's fun. It's a fun racing game. I'm enjoying it. But $80 for what's there,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like they're trying
Yeah,
to.
well,
Yeah, go ahead, Finn.
pushing the bundle. Like I think that's what they're doing. They were pushing the bundle.
Right. But they should
Right.
have had it at 70.
Yeah. I feel like what they were doing with that is they're just playing the long game, right? They're like, well, this game we're gonna sell for the next 10 years or whatever. We're gonna leave it at 80 because they're gonna buy it anyways. And since we might push free updates every now and then, here you go. This is our live service game. But who knows? We'll see what Nintendo does with that. But I agree.
Yeah,
I
I
agree
could see them doing that
100%.
with NSO, like they did with Mario Kart 8, where you get the booster courses.
Yeah. But then at that point, it's like you still lower the price there. But yeah, they'll probably add the booster courses. They're definitely gonna do DLC. Like they have to. With how Mario
If-
Kart is.
The
If they
DLC is going to be crazy for Marco World. I know that for a fact. But it's I'm pretty sure that's something you have to pay for.
Mhm.
Or I mean, if you already have an NSO, they're probably just going to include it or something like that. I feel like they're going to do that if anything. They did it for Marco 8 Deluxe.
It just reminded me there was a bit of small news that I did want to mention. And same talking about Mario Kart reminded me. So Sonic Cross Worlds got announced that it is not a game key card. There is a physical version coming. The
Oh,
physical
good.
version coming though, it seems to be delayed. I think so. There was an investor meeting with Nintendo, right? And Furukawa said that they are gonna talk with third-party developers about game key cards and using the actual key cards because it's all over the internet. And an investor asked, "Hey, what is up with game key cards?" Like, it seems that people are not buying it, and everybody's upset about game key cards. Like, you announce this game, and outside of like Cyberpunk and Mario Kart World, everything is a game key card. What's going on there? And Furukawa, said that he was going to talk with third party developers and try to kind of get something resolved so that we can start getting these actual games on the cartridge. But yeah, Sonic Cross Worlds announced because originally, if you remember, there was a box art that showed game key cards. Now they're saying that it's going to be a physical game card. Where the whole game will be on a 64 gigabyte cartridge, but that it's coming later. So I'm wondering if the talks are happening, and that's why Sega kind of changed it. I want to say there's another game. No, there isn't another game. That's another game. Oh, and there also is a $10 upgrade path too. So if you get the Switch version, you can get the Switch 2 version for $10 more, which is nice.
I mean, based off of that news, I'm thinking what might have happened maybe is maybe Nintendo cut Sega a deal to use the 64 gigabyte cartridges at like a discount or something like that in order for them to make it sense for them to put the game on a physical cartridge to begin with. I think because I feel like the way they were looking at this, because since a stakeholder was asking about the whole game key card situation, they didn't want to mess up the response, and with that have their stocks go down or something like that. So I'm thinking that they didn't fully outright give the cartridges to Sega for free. They're more like, hey, listen, if you buy this many in bulk, we will but give it to you at a discounted price or something like that. And I think they made that deal at like the last minute, which is why that's going to be delayed or something. So.
That or like they're ramping up production and they won't have enough until later on.
Yeah,
it could be that too as well. Yeah.
I mean,
you're like talking to their like manufacturer, like, hey, like crank it to 11, make as many of those cartridges you can.
maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope things change because like Dragon Quest 1 and 2, I was like trying to think like what am I trying to say? Like that one's another one that's kind of like Square Enix in general is just like game key card everything. And then you can't get the, in certain games you could get them physical on the Switch version, but then you got other games that don't have an upgrade path. Dragon Quest 1 and 2, like I mentioned in there, doesn't have an upgrade path. Raido didn't have an upgrade path. It's like Sonic Cross Shadow Generations doesn't have an upgrade path. It's kind of like what is going on in that side of the world. So I hope Nintendo saw all of this and seeing the outrage, and they're trying to figure out ways to kind of like get people on board because it does kind of suck. Like Dragon Quest 1 and 2, not so much because it's a game that's already or it's a brand new game. So like, yeah, I'm gonna get it on Switch 2. But those people who don't have a Switch 2 yet and buy it on Switch 1, well, guess what? If you want the Switch 2 version with higher frame rates and better color and maybe HDR and all that stuff, you know, you're gonna have to rebuy that game for, you know, what is it, 70, 60 bucks, whatever the price is for that. I don't remember what the price of that game is.
Fan, do you think that the reason why we have more GameCube cards is because there's a lack of 64 gigabyte cartridges? Because I thought it was more like there's so many 64 gigabyte cartridges, but they're too expensive for companies to buy and stuff. You know?
Well, I mean, they might like because the more you manufacture something, the cost goes down, right? Like as you know, so I'm thinking that they made more game key cards than they made 64 gig
I see.
ones, right?
Okay.
Because
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
developers like, oh, I pay for a game key card, I'm only losing $1, $2,
Yeah.
right? I
Mhm.
get a 64 gig, I'm losing $10, $15.
Yeah.
So they have to put an order with Nintendo, like, hey, we're gonna order X number game key cards versus 64 gig cards.
Yeah.
So with all those orders, Nintendo probably didn't make a lot of 64 cards other than just for their own
That's fair.
games.
Okay. Yeah. I
So
see.
cutting the deal is probably them. Okay, we're gonna ramp up production, make as many as possible, get that cost down as best as we can, so that way it's not going to eat into developers' profit or our profit.
Makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
I'm trying to fact check myself because I said game key card. I don't think Dragon Quest 1 and 2 is a game key card on Switch 2. But I can't find anything that says otherwise. Well, this is kind of cool. You get a.
They should have just made 3. One for the game key card, one that's 32 gigs, and one that's 64 gigs.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
And
'cause
then,
if you look on like Square Enix website, it doesn't even say like it doesn't have it has like the box art image, like the picture. Oh no, here it is. It is game key card. Yeah. Oh,
if they had a 32 gig card, I think for any of the games that are like, less than 32 gigs could have fit on there.
Yeah. That's so stupid. Like, oh my goodness.
And then games that are over 64 gigs will just be a key card.
Yeah, like Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD2D is not going to be more than like 15
I think
gigs
it's like
top.
It's like 20 gigs, right? Like less than that.
No, it should be less than that. Yeah, like 15 cuz like I don't remember how big 3 is. But I mean I guess 1 and 2 combined is probably the length of 3 anyways, but still. Like it's not going to be no more than 15 gigs. All right. Anyways, we're going to end the stream here cuz my eyes I can't keep them open. I am super tired. But I appreciate everyone for joining. As always, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Follow over on Twitch. I apologize for the beginning of the stream being bad. Like OBS was just being awkward with me. I gotta figure out what's going on. It's like I thought I was like banned for a minute because it wasn't allowing me to stream on YouTube. Twitch was working fine. It wasn't allowing me to do anything on YouTube. But I'll figure that out. And next week we should be golden again. We won't have that issue. Tomorrow, group stream. Mario, we're gonna do Super Mario 64, Bryant and Fan versus me and Ash.
We'll have to figure out the logistics of that, what that's
yeah.
going to look like.
We'll figure it out, but it is a tag team match, or not really a tag team because we'll be playing at the same time. But it is a match against each other, and yeah, just join the stream and you'll figure out exactly what's going down when you join. So, Bryant, where can I catch you at?
So for the time being, I'm on Twitter again. Blue Sky made it so they do notifications per user, which is the main reason I stayed on Twitter, but it doesn't work right. Like it doesn't give you a sound notification when somebody tweets. So my Wario 64 tweets are meaningless on Blue Sky right now. So I'm back on Twitter until they figure it out. I'm at red_so_deep on Twitter.
What about you, Ash?
You can find me at Astrostrom on YouTube. I mean, I don't even post on Twitter anymore, funny enough. But I mean, I might come back once a Friday to retweet my Friday night meme from Yakuza if the account is still active, of course. But other than that, yeah, you just find my YouTube, and that's pretty much it. So,
what about you, Fan?
I mean, Phaneckswhy everywhere.
And as always, you can catch me right here at the Random Encounter. I just uploaded this morning a Switch 2 Pro Controller video. So definitely check that out. That's 2 videos in a row. I'm back on track. I think I'm getting the gist of how to do my edits and how to flow. That, and I'm promising to not make my videos long anymore. I think that was the other thing, is my footage was too long, so the editing process would take, just as long. And I want to go to like a time cap of like 15-20 minutes is like max, and that's like if I have 20 minutes, but I don't want to do any more than that, because I know the previous 2 videos were about 30 minutes, and then the other one was like 40 something minutes. So want to keep it there. Definitely, keep out for more videos. I have more videos coming. This guy, I will finally have a video on this guy coming very soon, but I do have to first talk about this before we go into that, and then other stuff lining up, like possibly, maybe, we'll see. I might have a Portal update on if the PS Portal is worth it again. So keep an eye out. That's something possibly coming soon. Anyways, thanks for watching. Thank you, Bryant. Thank you, Ash. Thank you, Fan. We'll catch you guys next time.